Pitch on the outside corner to make the count full at 3-2. Pitch hit his grounder right through the glove of the second baseman. That will go down as an error.
Batting second for Fargo,
Which brings up the second number 2 hitter, shortstop, number 1, Wyatt Kozadowski. Pitch in the way, in there for strike 1. Henry Trim with a slight lead, not a threat to steal a base. Pitch in the dirt, gets by the catcher all the way to the backstop. Henry rounding second. Nice big white turn, just in case, but no more advancement. The pitch brings the count to 1-1. Pitch in the way outside. 2-1. So for those in the know, Jim Peterson Invite is actually hosted by 3 different teams in 3 different stadiums over the weekend. Pitch in the way outside. Ball 3-1. The other host teams is Fargo Post 400 and Moorhead. Moorhead plays at Historic Memorial Matson Memorial Field. Post 400 plays in Starion. Pitch on the way, hit, shot in the gap in their right field for the base hit. Which drives Henry Schrum to third. So runners on first and third, nobody out.
13, the third baseman, Caden
Brings
Nelson.
up the number 3 hitter, number 13, third baseman, Caden Nelson. Runners in the corners. It'd be nice to get a nice shot to the outfield. First pitch outside for a ball. Caden has been hitting very well so far this season, hitting around 440. Pitch in the way, swung on. Deep drive into right. Caught by the right fielder. And Henry Schrum with a tag up. Scores. Wyatt with the delayed tag up, waiting for the throw. Good base running by him, which gives the errant throw into left field, which makes Wyatt be able to advance to third. So very productive out. So with that 1 run scored, brings up the cleanup hitter, number 4, Hunter Geary, with 1 out. Pitch in the way, outside for ball 1. Swung on and missed. Evens the count at 1. Pitch high for ball 2.
music is a little quiet, you're fine.
Pitch clips the outside corner. Evens the count at 2-2.
Let's see.
Pitch poked. Poked foul down the first baseline. Keep himself alive. Pitch on the way. Swung on and popped shallow to right field. They do a tag up, wide running in, and in there without a relay throw as it was dropped on the way in. So another good productive out. Sacrifice fly. It brings in the second run of the inning.
14, Brander Hilmert.
Which now brings up number 5 hitter, number 14, Brander Hillard.
We'll see. I told him when the next player comes back, let me know.
Pitch on the way outside for ball 1. Pitch chopped to the third baseman. Throw over to first for the third out of the inning. So that ends the first inning. Fargo Post getting 2 runs with 1 hit, no Bloomington errors, and no one left on base.
For post 2.
Leading off to the top of the second for Bloomington is Sam Boroboom, followed by Jack Freen and Momo Matas. All right, up to the plate is the number 4 hitter, number 7, Sam Boroboom. Pitch in the inside corner for strike 1. Pitch low and outside. 1-1. Swung on chopper. Third baseman Caden the throw over to first. In time for out number 1.
Next up, catcher.
Brings up
number 4, Jackson Fry.
Number 5 hitter, the catcher, number 4, Jack Freen. So as I said earlier, this is part of a three host team for this weekend, for today, for tonight, and tomorrow, which is a 3-game round robin for pool play championship on Sunday. First pitch, low for ball 1. Pitch swung on. Pop short. Out. Wyatt with a nice skating back diving catch for out number 2.
Next
Made
up,
it a little bit
designated
more
hitter
interesting
number
than it
5,
needed to be.
Momo Manus.
But a catch is a catch. Which now brings up the designated hitter number 5, Momo Matas. Pitch in there for strike 1. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Colby pitching quickly and efficiently tonight. Ooh, just missed on the inside corner. Pitch in the dirt. Evens the count. So he swung in the dirt. Throw down to first to get the third out. Top of the second, which ends the top of the second with no runs, no hits, and nobody left on base and no errors by post.
Leading off for post 2.
Okay, welcome back. Leading off the bottom of the second inning is the second baseman, number 3, Tate Barnacle. First pitch, outside corner for strike 1. Pitch low and outside. Pitch swung on and missed. 1-2 is your count. So, as I said earlier, this is part of the three host team tournament across 3 different stadiums. The 4 teams in each of the 3 pools pitch swung on, and good running catch by the center fielder for the first out.
Next up for Fargo,
Well struck.
baseman number 11, Ben Sheets.
But even better little running catch to close the gap. So with that laid off out, comes up the first baseman, number 11, Ben Sheets. Pitch high for ball 1. So the other teams Fargo Post 2 plays besides Bloomington is Brainerd and Minot. Pitch on the way outside for ball 2. So this is Post 2's only game tonight, and they play 2 tomorrow night. Pitch on the outside corner. 3-0. So Post will be playing as being the host team. All their games they'll be the home team. Pitch on the outside corner. Draws the lead and draws a 1-out walk. With that 1-out walk, brings up
Next up for Fargo,
number 15, Kellen Doherty. And they got Ben Sheets. Definitely not a person as a threat to run. First pitch on the outside corner, so for strike 1. Game earlier tonight was Minot against Brainerd. Minot won 4-3. Pitch on the way, swung on, chopper to the third baseman. Throw across the diamond in time for out number 2. Brings the runner from first to second. Runner in second with 2 down. With now brings up the catcher, number 2, Sam Chase. Fargo has both of the 2 late games tomorrow night. Pitch on the way. First pitch, swung and fouled straight back for strike number 1. And ricochets on the main concourse. Long look in. Pitch high for ball number 1. So game times for Fargo Post 2 tomorrow is at 5 p.m. against Minot, who ironically is part of the Class A standings for American Legion, North Dakota American Legion, in their conference standings. And their second game at 7:30 tomorrow night against Brainerd. After that short conference at the mound, ready to get going again. Step off. Pitcher getting back engaged. Pitch on the way. Swung on. Fouled back in the netting. Brings it to count to 1-2. Pitch grounder to the second baseman. Throw over to first to end the inning. Fargo scores no runs on no hits, 1 left on base, and no Bloomington errors. Okay, leading off the top of the third inning for Bloomington post 550 is number 32, second baseman Ethan Agri. Coley is pitching very efficiently tonight with only 19 pitches through 2 innings. First pitch on the way, outside for ball 1. Second pitch swung on and missed with a high and tight one to even the count, 1-1. Pitch, breaking ball outside, ball 2. So this is only Bloomington's 10th game of the season. Hot shot up the middle, over the head of Tate Barnacle for their first hit of the game. Now up to the plate, the left fielder, number 8, Jack Lateral. Short lead at first. Now he extends it. Pitch in the way, swung on and missed. Strike 1. So I said earlier that this is Bloomington's only 10th game. That's because with Minnesota on their high school tournaments, they do run later than most states. So they got a later start than other programs. Second pitch of the bat, way outside for ball 2. Ball 1, excuse me. So this team and many other Minnesota American Legion teams didn't really get started until beginning of this month. Third pitch in the way, shot past the diving second baseman, throw-in. The second hit of the game for Bloomington, which brings them to first and second,
12, Max
which
Meyer.
now brings up the number 9 hitter, the first baseman, number 12, Max Meyer. Playing for the bunt. Lays down a good bunt, run, throw over and over the head. That was a good idea. He had plenty of time, but an overthrow by Colby over a very nice, tall, lanky Caden Nelson. So you know that had to have been a bad throw if Caden couldn't haul that one in. So unfortunate with that error, brings the runners to second and third and scores a run. And they still have their out. Which now brings the leadoff hitter, number 16, Brendan Lucas. Pitch outside, corner for strike 1. That was very unfortunate. I don't think he had to hurry it. Colby didn't need to hurry the throw as much as he thought he had to. He had plenty of time to get the runner out at third. Pitch a little low for ball 1. I'm sure that's one that he would like to have back for sure. That bunt was perfect right to him. The runner at second didn't really have a good jump. Pitch inside. Brings the count to 2-1. The defense is playing at normal depth in the corners a little bit, even with the bag. Trying for hopefully a chopper, but you got a nice slow chopper. Brings in the second run of the inning. A productive out for the leadoff hitter. which now brings up the number 2 hitter, the shortstop, Lee Chardon. Pitch low for ball 1.
You think wants that back more? Colby or I thought it was going high.
And pitch outside, just outside for ball 2. Pitching away, low for ball 3. Pitch in there. Make it 3-1. Pitch inside. Called for strike 2 to make the count full. I bet he was thinking that was ball 4, but batter is standing pretty close to the plate. Chopper in front of the plate. No play at first. Lee is a speedy runner, but it just took too long to try to get there and be able to barehand it and get a good handle and fire it down there and possibly risk an overthrow. So not a bad idea. Just keep the double play and nothing hurt. Runners had to stay at third. And that double play still in effect. First pitch on the way, in there for a strike. Number 15, Cole Peterson, your right fielder, is at the plate. Pitch swung on and missed. 0-2. So sometimes as a broadcaster, Jenks saying how efficient he has been, and turned a little struggle this inning. Just outside. 1-2 is the count. All it takes is one pitch. One pitch and you can get out of the inning. Pitch outside. No throw. Defensive indifference on potential stolen base. Now we got second and third with 1 out. Swung on and fouled. Just got a piece of it to stay alive at 2-2. Swung on and chopper foul. That would have been probably another tough play, but Caden does have a really good arm at third, so, and that's fairly accurate too, so he could probably have been able to gun him out if it stayed fair. Pitch in the way, poked out to right, cut. Trying to do the relay in, the tagged up at third. Run in and runner at second down, tagged up to run down to third base. So that sac fly brings on the third run of the inning. So now a runner on third with 2 outs, which now brings up the number cleanup hitter, third baseman, number 7, Sam Borboom. First pitch outside for ball 1.
Number 7, Sam Borboom.
Pitch in there for a strike. Inside, just inside. Brings it. Ball 2. Pitch on the way, grounder up the middle. Base hit. Drives in another run for Bloomington.
Now batting catcher
Good
number
hit.
4, Jack Frine.
That RBI single brings up the catcher, number 4, Jack Frine. Pitch outside corner for strike 1. Pitch hit down the left field line. And the foul. Brings it to 0-2. Not much of a threat at first. Just going. Chopper ranging on that steal. A little hit and run. Made it a very tough play, and Wyatt actually, surprised he actually still did able to get to it.
Next up, designated hitter number 5, Momo.
Have a meeting at the mound. Sure, just try to calm everything down, settle Colby down a little bit. Try to break momentum. Haven't been a lot of. They've been some decently placed balls, but amazing what one errant throw can cascade sometimes in an inning, and it feels like you're swimming in quicksand and you can't get out. So after this meeting, hitter, the designated hitter, number 5, Momo Matas. No in the dirt. Ooh, got him in. Oh, potentially got someone in a pickle now. They don't know who we're going to pick. Who we're going to pick down here. We got a runner at second in the pickle. And out. Nice little rundown. They get themselves out of the inning. It was a good block by Sam Chase to keep it roughly in front of him and within distance to make the runners guess. So at the inning, end of the top of the third, Bloomington scored 4 runs on 5 hits, 1 left on, and 1 Fargo post 2 error. Okay, leading off the bottom of the third inning is their designated hitter, number 12, Henry Schrum. Hope we get a few runs back here. We had 3 unearned runs given up in the top of the third here. First pitch on the way, outside corner for strike number 1. Second pitch a little low on the outside for ball 1. Henry's been hitting a pretty hot bat as of late. See if we can keep it going. Grounder to shortstop. Throw over for the first out. With that ground out, brings up the shortstop.
Shortstop
Number one, Wyatt Kozadowski. Wyatt's had 1 home run in the year. He's come close quite a few times so far. He comes with a surprise bunt. Down to first. Can he get there? No, he cannot. Missed, got out just by a step. Good play by the pitcher, by Kyle Fortner, to get the run down there for the second out of the inning. Now brings up third baseman, number 13, Caden Nelson. Who also has 1 home run in the year, but been very close as well to having multiples. First pitch way outside for ball 1. Anyway, outside corner for strike 1. Pitch on the way, a hit opposite field shot down to the right fielder. In there for a base hit. Try to get things started a little bit here with 2 outs.
Center fielder Hunter Geary.
With that base hit, brings up the cleanup hitter, number 4, center fielder Hunter Geary. And Fargo has had some 2-out rallies so far in some of the tournament games they've had down in Nebraska. First pitch on the way is high for ball 1. So as many know, for post 2, they do travel down to Omaha almost for the past quite a few years as they have a Creighton Prep College World Series tournament. Second pitch in there for a strike, which has quite a few teams. Pretty entertaining. 5-game guarantee tournament. Can get a little warm. Pitch just outside for ball 2. It's good to see, go down and get to see other teams, some more higher caliber teams, and see kind of where you're at. Pitch on the way with the steal. Good chopper. Good hop recovery by the third baseman and throw over for the third out of the inning. So that ends the third inning. So Fargo scored no runs on 1 hit, no post 550 errors, and after 3, Bloomington 4, post 2. Okay, leading off the top of the fourth is number 5, Momo Matus. In first pitch in there for a strike. Momo struck out the first time at bat. Pitch just outside for ball 1. Pitch just clips the inside corner for strike 2. Pitch chopped foul at the plate. Keeps himself alive, keeping the count 1-2. Pitch chopped foul. Pitch away, swung on and missed. Swung on and missed for the first out.
Next up, second baseman number 32, Ethan
With
Avery.
that strikeout, brings up second baseman number 32, Ethan Agri, who singled at his first at bat today and scored the first run for Bloomington. Pitched, swung on, and nice deep fly ball out to left field, with caught by Brander Hilmert for the second out of the inning.
Now batting left fielder
Which
number
brings
8,
up
Jack Latteral.
the left fielder, number 8, Jack Latteral. First bit a little low, out for ball 1. Pitching away, chopped. Caden, nice quick release throw to first to end the inning for Bloomington in the top of the fourth, with no runs, no hits, and nobody left on, and no post 2 errors. Due up for post 2 at the bottom of the fourth inning is the left fielder Brander Hilmert, second baseman Tate Barnacle, and the first baseman Ben Sheets. All right, at the plate now, the left fielder, number 14, Brander Hilmert. First pitch low for ball 1. Pitch in there. even the count 1-1. Pitch a little bit low for ball 2. This is a very nice evening, as I said before. Cloudy, just enough breeze. Pitch a little outside for ball 3, but not enough to make it too cold since it is a little, for a summer evening, a little chilly. But thankfully, the rain pushed off for another day. Swung on, hard grounder. It ate up the second baseman. That was a tough one to try to get in front of, but it had time to make some kind of play, but oh, not quite
Next up,
enough.
second baseman number 3.
So on that error,
Tate Barnacle.
brings up second baseman number 3, Tate Barnacle. Maybe hopefully we can post 2 can make them pay on their error and get a few runs going here. First pitch swung on, fouled out down the right field line in foul territory, but not just deep enough no one could quite catch up to it. Lands harmlessly in the grass. In between 3 Bloomington players. See if Tate Barnacle can get a little bit of a slump he's been in here. Second pitch in there for strike number 2. Pitch in the way he reached out to the second baseman. See if he can leg it out. And he does leg it out to keep himself out of the double play. But it does generate an out at second.
Next up,
With
first
that
baseman
grounder,
number
brings up
11, Ben
the
Sheets.
first baseman, number 11, Ben Sheets. Pitch in there for strike 1. Pitch in the way, strung on. Nicely hit ball to left field over third baseman's head for a good base hit. Putting runners at
Now
first
batting
and
number
second.
15, right fielder Kellen Doherty.
Which now brings up the right fielder, number 15, Kellen Doherty. Curious if they're going to try to do a bunt. Sacrifice bunt with him, but he is a senior, probably haven't been around. First pitch in the outside corner for strike 1. Looks like they're going to have him swing away. Pitch in the way, swung on and missed. Strike 2. Haven't really seen Kellen bunt, so I'm not sure if he's a good bunter or not. Swung on and missed. A breaking ball outside corner for strike 3. With 2 down,
Next
brings up the number 9
2,
hitter,
Sam Chase.
the catcher, number 2, Sam Chase. Sam is a good contact hitter, generally hits up the middle. See if he can get one here. Outside corner for strike 1. There's a low one outside for ball 1. Breaking ball outside. Bringing the count 2-2-1. Swung on. Looper out to right and caught for the third out of the inning, ending the fourth inning. With no post two, with no runs, with one hit and
For
two
Fargo,
left
bottom of
on,
the order,
and
no
one
runs on
Bloomington
one hit.
error. Okay, leading off the top of the fifth inning for Bloomington. First baseman, number 12, Max Meyer. Followed by center fielders Brendan Lucas and Lee Chardon. Pitch on the way. Swung on, missed. For strike one. Pitch just outside for ball one. Swung on and lined right to the shortstop Wyatt Kozadowski for the first out.
Next up, top of the order, center fielder number 16, Brendan Lucas.
With that line out, brings the center fielder, number 16, Brendan Lucas. So for those of you who do not know, if you go visit the Post 2 Baseball website, they do have a tournaments tab, and you can click on and find the Jim Peterson invite. They give the full schedule of all the games everywhere in town for the weekend. First pitch swung on and missed for strike one. So a full day of baseball in 3 different ballparks for tomorrow. So if you're inclined, there's lots of places to go. And it should be fairly nice weather before it gets too humid later in the day tomorrow, from what I understand. Swung on, chopped to first baseman Jen Sheets, who tosses it to Colby for out number 2. Nice, good,
Next up,
fundamental
shortstop
play.
number 17, Lee Chardon.
Brings up the shortstop, number 17, Lee Chardon. First pitch on the way, outside for ball number 1. Pitch inside, called for strike. Evens count at 1-1. Breaking pitch just outside for ball 2. Pitch just outside. Make the count 3-1. Pitch swung on, grounder. Nice diving short stop and throw over, and not in time. Good scoop by Ben Sheets to grab the little throw, but
Up next, right
not
fielder number 15,
not in
Cole
time.
Peterson.
That was a good stop all around. A good play, what he could do in the hole. Go down as a hit. Brings up the right fielder, number 15, Cole Peterson. Pitches outside for ball one. Pitch away, chopped foul. Even counted 1-1. So other teams that are playing in Matson Field, where Moorhead is playing, you have St. Michael, Minnesota. Bismarck is playing, and Cokato, Minnesota team is also playing over at Matson Field tomorrow. All games starting at noon tomorrow on Saturday, the 27th. This pitch swung on and missed. Strike two, 1-2. Also playing is the Post 400, Fargo Post 400. They're playing at Sterion Bank. They are teams over there is another St. Michael's team, Brookings, South Dakota. Swung on, chopped foul. Down the circuit stop. Nice throw, another scoop dig out play for Ben Sheets. That ends the inning.
No runs, 1 hit.
Ends the top of the fifth with no runs, 1 hit, and 1 runner left on, and no errors.
Post 2-2.
Coming up at the bottom of the fifth inning for Fargo Post 2 is designated hitter, number 12, Henry Schrum. Shortstop, number 1, Wyatt Kozadowski. And the third baseman, number 13, Caden Nelson.
Leading off the bottom of the fifth for Fargo, designated hitter number 12, Henry Schrum.
And to finish my previous thought at the top of the fifth, talking about the tournament this weekend, all games do start at noon at Matson here at Jack and Sterion Bank. Pitch high for ball one. At Sterion Bank tomorrow, you have Brookings, South Dakota, Thief River Falls, Minnesota, and Fargo Post 400. Swung on and lined right to the shortstop for out number 1. And Sunday is determines of the results of pool play. But most games should, from my understanding, will start, believe, at 10. But you'll have to find out on the Fargo Post 2 baseball website in the tournaments tab to get all that information. So to plate now, the shortstop, number 1, Wyatt Kozadowski, who swung and chopped fouls First pitch for strike number 1.
Your attention, please. Now playing second base for Bloomington, number 3, Bjorn Golden.
Pitch outside for ball 1. Ooh, pitch inside, off the knob of the bat. Not a hit by pitch. So that'll go as a foul ball. Count as 1 and 2. There is a defensive change for Bloomington. Now in at second base is Bjorn Golden. Swung on. Hit in a little bit of the gap, but high enough for the right fielder to chase under it for out number 2.
Now batting.
What now brings up the third baseman, number 13, Caden Nelson. Bats have been a little quiet for Fargo tonight. They have been kind of up and down. Everyone's just not. They did pretty well on Tuesday night when they played the West Fargo Patriots. First pitch in down low for ball 1. Pitch high and inside for ball 2. Pitch swung on and well hit the dead center. Center fielder under it and makes the catch for the third out of the bottom of the 5th.
For Fargo in the bottom of the 5th, no runs.
So at the end of 5, no hits, no runs, no errors. Bloomington score still after 5 innings, 4-2 Bloomington. There is the defensive change. Now pitching for Fargo Post 2, number 5, Beckett Gigstead. Coming to the plate at the top of the 6th for Bloomington is Sam Boroboom, Jack Freen, and Momo
Leading off
Matas.
for Bloomington, third baseman Boroboom.
First pitch in there for strike 1. Strike 2. Nice breaking ball inside corner. Swung on chopper. The shortstop throw over in time for out number 1. With that ground out, brings up the catcher, number 4, Jack Freen. Pitch a little outside for ball one. Swung on, chopped high chopper. Going to be a tough play. And dug out by nice dig out. Scoop play by Ben Sheets there to get a hang on to the ball and just
Next
in
up,
time to
designated
make
hitter number 5,
the second
Michael
out
Davis.
of the inning. Which now brings up the designated hitter, Momo Matas. Was not sure if they was going to get there in time to get that, to get the throw over, but apparently they did. This was very nice. Momo showing bunt, and he gets hit. Breaking ball, broken a little too much.
Next up, number 3, Bjorn Gulden.
Brings up the second baseman, Bjorn Golden. Pitch in there for a strike. Pitch outside corner, strike 2. 0-2 now with 2 outs. Beckett is more of your off-speed breaking ball pitcher, which does throw a lot of hitters off and hard to adjust. Swing on the outside corner. Down, throw down by Chase in time. Nice throw, accurate throw to get the runner to end the inning. So after top of the 6th,
no hits,
Bloomington
no
scores no runs. They get no hits. And there's no one left on base and no post 2 errors after 5.5 innings. Score still 4-2. Okay, leading off the bottom of the 6th inning for Fargo is the center fielder, number 4, Hunter Gary. Hunter is 0 for 1 with a sac fly today. First pitch in there for a ball. Pitch in there for strike 1. Pitch in the dirt for ball number 2. Looks like I got a piece of the catcher a little bit, which is why the umpire walked the ball a little bit out to the pitcher to give him a little time to recover. Pitch just a bit outside. Make the count 3-1. Leadoff walk would be nice to get things started here in the bottom of the sixth. Fargo's running out of outs. There it is. Leadoff walk to start the bottom of the sixth.
Next up, left fielder number 14, Brander Hilmert.
Now up to the plate. Left fielder number 14, Brander Hilmert. Third baseman's playing a little bit in, but not much of a threat to bunt. He doesn't bunt much at all. Pitch in there for a strike. Brander does have 1 homer on the year so far. A little high for ball 1. Pitch swung on and missed. We had 1-2. Slight lead for Hunter, not much. Swung on and missed. Hunter almost getting back, and did get back in time. So that strikeout brings up
Next up,
the second baseman,
number 3, Tate Barnacle.
number 3, Tate Barnacle. Tate is 0 for 2 on the night. First pitch in for a ball. How many hits tonight for Fargo Post 2? They only have 3 for the evening. Nice to string together something here. Nice poke out to center fielder. She is tracking it down in the gap. In for out number 2 on that fly ball. Well hit, just got under to
First baseman number 11,
outfielder to run
Sheets.
under and get the out. With that out, brings up the first baseman, number 11, Ben Sheets. Pitch in there for a strike. Down there, nice steal by Hunter. Good, had a good jump on him. A runner in second, see if we can get a base hit and drive in a run. At least get a run in here. Good pitch on the outside corner for strike 2. Nice little chopper that scooted, just had a wicked little spin and just went foul just before the bag as the first baseman fielded it, called it foul. Otherwise, that was a sure out. So that was a good break on our part. So hopefully it gives a little life, gets a better stroke on the next pitch, and be able to drive the run in. Been dormant since the first inning, where we scored 2. Pitch high, shallow fly ball out to center, and it drops down there in no man's land. No one wanted to call it and go after it. Everyone thought someone else had it. And it drops harmlessly, driving in a run. And since it was misjudged, that is a base hit.
Pinch hitting for post 2, number 23, Carson Sheik.
With that, base hit, drives in the run, giving us a run, and now up to the plate, Pinch
And running
hitting
for Fargo, number 8,
for
Evan Felber.
Kellen Doherty is number 23, Carson Sheik. And in to run. Pinch running for Ben Sheets is number 8, Evan Felber. Bring him in for some speed. Hopefully get some kind of double down the line. Evan is a threat to steal. First pitch outside for a ball. Throw over. Not in time. Pitch a little high for ball 2. Carson has 1 homer. 5 people have 1 home run on this team. That's it. Swung on and missed. Ball 2. Steal. Down the second with a nice, good diving slide. Nice stolen base by Evan Felber.
The same.
Get himself in scoring position.
It's
So we're at a good base hit.
warmer.
Could tie the game.
For a while.
I thought it was supposed to be like 90.
Yeah, I saw 86 in the problem of the Indians that
Looks like there's a little
storm.
injury issue.
Weather could pop up. Since we had a little break here, would you mind announcing that while supplies last, hot dogs and hamburgers.
Not sure what exactly happened on that slide. If he
And while supplies
cut
last,
himself.
half price on burgers and dogs and $1 pizza at the Home Plate Cafe.
So we got timeout on the field. Injury. Looks like they're going to find out if they're going to have a replacement runner or if
What do you do, Dad?
now to pinch run for the other Kersey runner is number 21, Eli Emaneth. They were ready to go after that injury timeout. Again, see if we can drive in a run here. Check swing. Home plate umpire said he did go around for strike number 2. Swung on. Little dribbler down the line. Fielded by the first baseman for the 3rd out. of the inning.
Six, 1 run on 1 hit.
So
There were no
Fargo
errors, 1 runner left on base. After 6
gets
completes,
1 run on 1 hit,
4.
1 left on base,
Fargo
no
posts
Bloomington
2
errors after 6 innings. Your score, Bloomington 4, Post 2 3. Okay, leading off in the top of the 7th inning, second baseman, sub back in is number 32. Ethan Agri has re-entered the game. First pitch on the way, strike 1. Second pitch, called the ball. At that corner. Pitch lined, curving line drive right out to center field for a base hit. So that leadoff single brings up
Now batting number 13.
number 13, Talon Meyer. Pitch short hopped by second baseman, throw over to first, second, throw over to first for a double play. Very nicely done. Nice short hop, tough little hop to get there by the second baseman. Nice
Next
relay
up,
throw
number
over
12,
from
first
Wyatt to
baseman,
first.
Max Meyer.
Now after that nice double play with 2 outs, brings up number 12, first baseman Max Meyer. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. Swung on, a blooper into the gap for the base hit. With that single, brings the top of the order
Next
for
up,
Bloomington.
Order, center fielder number 16, Brendan Lucas.
The center fielder, number 16, Brendan Lucas. who was 0 for 3 on the night.
Your attention, please. Running at first base, number 9, Jojo Matus.
Courtesy runner for Max Meyer is number 9, Jojo Matus. First pitch outside for ball 1. Pitch in the way. Fouled straight back. 1-1 the count. Pitch in the way. Fouled. Outside pitch foul down the right field line. Out of play. Making the count 1-2. Pitch on the inside corner for strike 3. Nice break pitch in there. Brings on.
1 runner left on base.
Bloomington ends the top of the 7th. No runs on 2 hits. 1 left on base. No Fargo Post 2 errors. Leading off in the bottom of the 7th inning is the catcher, number 2, Sam Chase. See if Fargo can manufacture another run like last inning. Swung on first pitch in the hole. Nice play. Glove falling off of the shortstop, but good effort. Knocking the ball down, but that's a good start there with a nice leadoff base hit. Brings us back to the top of the order. The designated hitter, number 12, Henry Schrum. Let's see if he can work the count and get a good pitch to hit. Fake Squared the bunt, pulled it back, still called a strike. He felt it was a little too high to try to get the bunt down. See if they try that again, see what happens. Third baseman is playing in. Squares bunt a little high and outside. Pulls it back for 1-1 for the count. Squares again, a little high, not quite there. Throw over, not in time. Pulled back enough. Makes it 2-1 the count. Look over. Square to bunt, down low. Pulls it back. 3-1 the count. It's a good position to be in when you got the top of the order coming up, even though they have struggled a little bit, but again, it only takes one. Pitch on the outside corner. Make the count full. See if he gets a good pitch to drive. He has been driving it pretty well as of late. Swung on. Good drive out. Almost over his head. Nope. Nice running catch. Nice deep. Fortunately, to the deepest part of the park, he gave it a good ride. But to the deepest part, caught it about 20 feet short of the 390 sign. If he had pulled it anywhere else, it would have been off the fence or it could have been over the fence. But on this one, it was unfortunately a long out. And with that catch brings up the shortstop, number 1, Wyatt Kozadowski. If had any kind of wind blowing out, that would have been had a real chance. Pitching away, low and outside. Ball 1. Pitch low. Ball 2. Pitch on. 3-0 the count. A walk would be nice here. They get one of the best hitters in the state up to the plate. Pitch in there for first strike 1. Swung on, drived right up the middle for a nice good base hit, solid hit. And brings runners first and second with 1 out. I think the pitcher is well over 100 pitches. This might be the last for Kyle Fortner. And he has pitched a good ball game tonight. Kept his team, kept the Fargo Post kind of guessing a little bit, mixing his pitches, doing a pretty good job. I think he's well over. Kyle's at 104, and that is end of the evening for him. Now warming up for Bloomington post 550 is number 8, Jack Lateral. Now up to plate, third baseman number 13, Caden Nelson. See if he can get a good one, good one to drive in the gap or down the line. Swung on, foul, straight back, over the almost over the trees down the first baseline. Not wasting any time to try to get something, get a good hit. At least, if anything, at least tie the ball game. Pitch outside. Pitch straight, fouled straight back. Good rip on time. Just got under it. Not much breeze blowing out here. Just a slight breeze blowing from left field to right field. Swung on and foul back, almost over the clubhouse. The players' clubhouse, which is directly in line with the first base dugout, the home dugout, where all the players like to hang out in between games. Nice big windows to oversee the field and kick back and watch many games. Swung on. Sorry. Pitch outside corner. 2-2. Pitch way outside. Brings the count full. I'm sure a lot of these players, even in Minnesota, know Caden. Kind of hard to not know anyone who is a Division One committed player nowadays. Pitch swung on. Good pitch outside, fouled up and over the clubhouse again. Trying to stay away, not try to get too much over the heart of the plate, which can spell trouble. But he has known to hit it down the line pretty well too. He does have some good opposite power. Good rip. Down right in the gap. Base hit. Sam Chase trying to get the relay. The relay let it go through.
How would you let that?
Dive and score to tie the ball game at 4. Nice RBI single.
They're gonna roll it up later.
Wasn't sure if the
Cleanup hitter, number 4.
throw
center
wasn't too
fielder,
strong
Hunter Geary.
to get through. Could have maybe cut it off and run someone down. But nevertheless, the ball game is tied, still with 1 out. And now you have the center fielder, number 4, Hunter Geary.
My family's already done with it, so I already have to not pay.
With little raindrops falling. First pitch in there, strike 1.
No, my mom did like all the EDC.
There are some minor little pockets of rain clouds, but nothing to get too concerned about.
Like George made $100.
Most of it will come later tonight, potentially. Second pitch swung on and tip foul underneath the catcher. Make it 0-2.
I mean, like you gotta have a life outside of
Well, I mean, if he makes that drive, like, I will stay here.
No, but he'll go home, shower, and then come back.
Pitch curveball, just a bit outside.
Right, you're the one.
A good eye
I do. I show up like.
with 2 strikes up there.
I think I was like.
Cold neck.
Winning run at second base.
Translate everything.
Fastball in the outside corner for strike 3. Hunter strikes out looking for out number 2,
Next up, left fielder,
which
number
brings up
14, Brander Hilmer.
the left fielder, number 14, Brander Hilmert. See if he can get himself a base knock tonight. He was 0 for 3 with a strikeout. All he needs to see is a little bit of the green. First pitch on the way, swung and missed for strike 1. Pitch struck, swung and missed. Making it 0-2. 2 out. Looks like some few good breaking ball pitches there. He swung over at the top. Their pitch a little high. Give him a good dose of a lot of breaking ball pitches there. Swung on, then missed for strike 3 to end the inning. Fargo Post did score 1 run. 1 run and 2 hits. 2 left on. No Bloomington errors. At the end of 7 innings, we are tied at 4 apiece. Leading off at the top of the 8th inning is
It's just like a junior in college. No, and she has one migraine.
number 17, Lee Chardon. Sorry for the pause. I'm trying to figure out. So we are in what they call California rule baseball with the last out. They start fly ball, bunt, try to bunt, and nice diving catch by Eli Emaneth for the first out. Top of the 8th inning. Sorry. So getting back now with extra inning games. Whoever the last out was for the previous team, they start him on second base in order to speed up the game and not have any undue effort for pitchers, especially in tournament, mainly in tournament games. They like to do that just to speed it up so you're not wearing out arms. Pitching away in there for a strike. Swung on chopper. Second base. In between first and third baseman, and Caden came up with the ball and fired it over for the second out. Almost could have been a little disastrous there if it wasn't mishandled. But very nicely done. So now a 2 out with a runner on third base. You have the third baseman, number 7, Sam Boroboom. Swinging the inside pitch for a strike. Swung on, fouled straight back. Gives it 0-1 the count. On 2, sorry. Pitch high for ball 1. Good little punch out would be good boost right now. Called time by the batter. Beckett taking a little too much time to how the batter liked. Get himself out of sync. Batter wanted to get it reset again. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball just looked like just low. Bring it evening the count to 2-2. Pitching chopper over the first, bobbled by the first baseman. A little hard play, but it was able to field it. Brings in the run on that error. Runner on first. Still with 2 down. Bringing up catcher, number 4, Jack Freen. First pitch low outside for ball. Pitch chopper. Down the second baseman, throw over to first, offline. but still able to dig it out and keep the foot on the bag for out number 3. So it ends the top of the 8th inning with
For Bloomington,
Bloomington post
on no hits. There was
scoring 1 run on no hits,
after 7.5, 5-4.
1 left
Bloomington.
on base, and 1 post 2 error. Leading off at the bottom of the 8th inning, second baseman number 3, Tate Barnacle. And starting at second base, leadoff in these extra innings games for the tournament is number 14, Brander Hilmert. Squares the bunt, gets a put down, a good bunt. Can he get down? It is not a forced play, and he got under the tag. I think the pitcher thinking he could get it over there in time to get the tag, but with a good jump start, it was not a forced play. He needed to tag him. So that was very nicely done of getting under it and getting a good jump to be there in time to miss the tag. So now we have first and third, nobody out. With now their first baseman, number 21, Eli Emineth, with the infield playing in, hoping for a chopper or slow ground ball. First pitch in there for a strike. Hoping for... Oh, did they just call a balk? They just called a balk on the pitcher. Yep, field umpire just called a balk on the pitcher. Bring in the tying run. But now we have runner at second, but still no one out. Did not see exactly what happened, but he must have thought he was set and started his motion and stopped. And there are many ways that can happen, and it is a judgment call on whether it's a balk or not. It's one of those rules. Squares the bunt and got away, a high pitch, got away from the catcher. Now we got the winning run at third, only 90 feet away. Still have the infield playing in, as you would want, to keep that runner at third. Looks like another meeting at the mound.
Yeah, you never sent a picture of
I don't know if they're going to be talking strategy or if they're going to be bringing in, possibly bringing in their center fielder, Brendan Lucas.
There'll be 5 infielders, John.
Nope, just listening for strategy. Bringing in the infield, they're bringing in, looks like probably 5 infielders. To try to close any gap, possibly. As they would say, and sometimes in people who play softball, you always, sometimes you bring in a rover. Softball, where you have 10 players in the field, and you can play with 3 outfielders and 5 infielders, which is exactly what they're doing. So you eliminate any big holes. Pitch on the way, reached down, and poked foul out of play down the right field line. But by doing that too, I can understand. But also, if you have a high pitch, all you have to do is reach out and get it. Pitch high and over the head for ball 2. There's a time you just wish you'd get just the barrel on the ball. And do that, you don't have to swing all that hard. Because it'll easily just go over all the infielders' heads. Now they're at 3-1. Now they're just going to put him on base.
Next up for Fargo, right fielder number 23, Carson Sheik.
Which makes it a little difficult with the infield in. To try to do any kind of double play, but double play doesn't matter since there is nobody out. Get a good look on the infield. Pitch on the way. Swung on to miss on the breaking ball for strike 1.
Someone gave it to me for $3.
Yeah.
Breaking pitch just outside. Evens the count at 1-1. Swung on. Chopper under the glove. And that is your ball game. Very well played. Good patient and nice hard chopper down the line.
Fargo post 2-6.
This brings the end of your game. After 8 innings. Post 2-6, Bloomington 5.
Please place it in the nearest receptacle.
Post 2 will play tomorrow at 5 and 7:30 right here at Jack Williams Stadium. Thank you for watching, and everyone have a good night.